Moving on, well, in a strong diplomatic action against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism, the Indian government has announced 7 all-party delegations of MPs who will represent the country on a high-level diplomatic mission on international platforms. According to the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, the goal of this mission is to project India's national consensus and resolute approach to combating terrorism in all forms and manifestations. Members of Parliament from different parties, prominent political personalities and distinguished diplomats will be a part of this delegation. On that note, let's go through the list one by one and show you who are the people who've been assigned as a part of this delegation that's going to go abroad. Of course, the 7 all-party delegation leaders are right in front of you. Shashi Tharoor, number 1, who's been extremely vocal for the support towards the government. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, a stalwart from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Sanjay Kumar Jha, Baijayant Panda, Kannimodi Karunanidhi and Supriya Sule, Shrikant Shinde, all prominent political figures who will be a part of this delegation as well as leading it. Under them, there will be several combinations. Of course, we start with the first group, which is going to be led by Mr. Baijayant Panda. He's going to be covering countries such as Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain and Algeria. And these are the members that will be traveling with him. Prominent citizens, ex-diplomats, Ambassador Harshvardhan Singla, former foreign secretary of the country will be there. Mr. Asasuddin Owaisi is also a part of this delegation. Mr. Nishikant Dubey of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Satnam Singh Sandhu, Fangong Konyak, Rekha Sharma, Ghulam Nabi Azad, of course, is also going to be a part. So the idea is to show a diverse group of people coming together despite their political differences, but consensus on national interest. The second group, led by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, he's going to be covering some important countries in Europe, which is the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, Denmark and the European Union. He's going to be accompanied by D. Puranadeshwari, Mr. Amar Singh, Dr. Amar Singh, Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena, MJ Akbar, prominent journalist, Samik Bhattacharya, Ghulam Ali Khatna and Ambassador Pankaj Saran as well. So you can see that the motley of people there is going to be responsible for going to all these countries and giving them a perspective on what India has done and where India stands today. The third group is led by Sanjay Kumar Jha. He's going to be covering Southeast Asian countries such as South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia. And once again, a group of people including former cricketer Yusuf Pathan, current TMC member of Parliament Yusuf Pathan is also going to be there. Mr. Salman Khurshid, Congress party member, is also a part of this group. Ambassador Mohan Kumar, seasoned diplomat, Dr. Hemang Joshi, Dr. John Britas, Brijlal, Aprajita Sarangi. All of these people are going to be a part of group number 3, which is going to be visiting Southeast Asia. Moving on to the next group, group number 4, leader Shrikant Shinde. Countries that he's going to be covering is, of course, UAE, Liberia, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Sierra Leone. Basri Swaraj, of course, one of the prominent leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, a member of Parliament from New Delhi, is going to be a part of this delegation. Atul Garg, Dr. Sasmit Patra, member of Parliament again, Manan Kumar Mishra, Ambassador Sujan Chinoy and SS Ahluwalia are all going to be a part of group number 4, which is going to be traveling to UAE, Liberia and other countries. Group number 5, led by none other than Shashi Tharoor. He's going to be going to some important countries, especially the United States, which claims to have brokered the peace between India and Pakistan, Panama, Guyana, Brazil and Colombia. Of course, few prominent leaders from the opposition such as Tejasvi Surya is going to be a part of this delegation. Shambhavi, Dr. Sarfaraz Ahmed, Harish Balayogi, Milind Murli Deora is also a part of this delegation. Shashank Mani Tripathi, Ambassador Taranjeet Singh Sandhu, a former diplomat and a seasoned diplomat, is going to be a part of group 5 as well. Moving on to group number 6, we will have Kannimodi Karunanidhi, who is going to be going to Eastern Europe as well as some Central European countries as well. Russia is going to be on her radar with Greece, Slovenia, Latvia and Spain. Few more prominent members of diplomacy as well as polity like Rajiv Rai and Ambassador Manjeev S. Puri are going to be a part of this conglomeration. Captain Brijesh Chota, Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal, Ambassador Javed Ashraf, Rajiv Rai, Mia Altaf Ahmed and Premchand Gupta are also going to be a part of this delegation that's going to go to Russia, a very important partner of India in the fight against terror. The last group, group number 7, Supriya Sule, is going to be covering Egypt, Qatar, Ethiopia and South Africa. Manish Tiwari of the Congress Party, Anand Sharma of the Congress Party, Anurag Thakur of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, Vikramjit Sani, Ambassador Syed Akbaruddin and V. Muralidharan and Lavu Shri Krishna Devarayalu is going to be a part of this delegation. So important to understand that this is a carefully crafted list which is going to be sending out a very potent message that India stands united despite its differences in the parliament. When we are outside of it, we are all the same. Let's talk about this with BJP MP Pradhan Barua, who's part of the Indian delegation. Sir, appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. As part of the Operation Sindoor delegation, what are the key objectives of this diplomatic initiative and how will you represent India's narrative?
हाँ, इसका पहले भी हम लोग देश के लिए इंडियन पार्लियामेंट तक हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट किए। फिर भी इस बार का जो हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन है थोड़ा अलग सा हमारा महसूस हो रहा है कि मैं देश का एक सिपाही हूँ जैसा मुझे महसूस हो रहा है। तो इसके लिए मैं भारत सरकार और ख़ासतौर प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। तो हमारा टीम का लीड करेगा संजय झा जी। तो हम लोग 9 आदमी का हमारा टीम है। तो हम लोग जापान जाएंगे, साउथ कोरिया जाएंगे, सिंगापुर जाएंगे, इंडोनेशिया जाएंगे और मलेशिया जाएंगे। तो हमारा मकसद यही रहेगा कि संतरासवाद का खिलाफ हम लोग कैंपेन करेंगे। और जैसे हमारा पाकिस्तान स्पॉन्सर टेररिस्ट आके हमारा देश में जो आतंक फैलाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा था, निरीश आम आदमी को उन्होंने मारा और क्रॉस बॉर्डर में फायरिंग कर रहा है। तो उसका खिलाफ जो प्रधानमंत्री का नेतृत्व में डिफेंस फोर्स का एक बैठक हुआ जहां प्रधानमंत्री ने उनको इंडिपेंडेंटली उसका एक्शन लेने के लिए उनको जिम्मेवारी दिया। और हमारा देश का जो डिफेंस डिपार्टमेंट और हमारा जो आर्मी ने उसका रिजल्ट दिखाया। तो वहाँ पाकिस्तान में घुस के जो स्पॉन्सर टेररिस्ट कैंप था, ट्रेनिंग कैंप था, उसको ख़त्म किया। उसका अलावा काफ़ी टेररिस्ट को मार डाला, जिसका हमारा देशवासी अभी गौरवान्वित है। तो हमको भी अच्छा लगा और ये सारा चीज़ वर्ल्ड कम्युनिटी को हमको बताना है। और जो पाकिस्तान का जो नीयत है टुवर्ड्स इंडिया, तो उसका बारे में भी हमको कैंपेन करना है और दुनिया को ये बताना है कि पाकिस्तान क्या कर रहा है। और हमारा इन जनरल एक हमेशा हमारा देश का कैंपेन जब से मोदी जी आ रहा है तब से ये कैंपेन चल रहा है कि आतंकवाद खुद एक समस्या है। जो देश आतंकवाद को अभी बढ़ावा दे रहा है उसका कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो रहा है, जो नौजवानों को रोज़गार नहीं मिल रहा है और हर चीज़ में वो पीछे ही जा रहा है। तो इसीलिए ये आतंकवाद का खिलाफ भी ये कैंपेन रहेगा। तो हम लोग भी कोशिश करेंगे कि उसको जितना हो सके उसको कैंपेन करने में हम लोग पीछे नहीं हटेंगे और हमारा कैंपेन रहेगा।
सर, ये भी बताइए, ये जो एक रणनीति बनाई गई है पाकिस्तान के फॉल्स नैरेटिव को काउंटर करने के लिए, उसको किस लिहाज से और किस तर्क से बांटा गया है?
इंडिया का स्टैंड क्लियर है कि हमारा वार जो आर्म्स वार हम लोग प्रिफर नहीं करते। इसीलिए हमारा देश एक है, ये मुद्दा पे हमारा देश एक है। और इसका जो मैसेज देना है तो इस डेलीगेशन में ऑल पार्टी का मेंबर जा रहा है और जो हमारा एक्स एमपी लोग भी जा रहा है ऑल पार्टी का। तो ये दुनिया को हम लोग बताना चाहते हैं कि हम लोग एक है, आतंकवाद का खिलाफ हम लोग एक है, और हमारा जो इंटरनेशनल पॉलिसी है तो उसमें भी हम लोग एक है। तो हमारा यही मैसेज रहेगा।
सर, भारत ने पाकिस्तान को बिल्कुल बता दिया है कि जो ऑपरेशन सिंदूर है वो भारत की आतंकवाद के खिलाफ एक मुहिम है, और इसी इनिशिएटिव की वजह से भारत एक तरह से एक नीति बना पाया है कि अगर पाकिस्तान की तरफ से आतंकवाद के रूप में अगर भारत पे हमला होगा तो पाकिस्तान की तरफ से हमला माना जाएगा। आप बता सकते हैं कि इस पूरी मुहिम, पूरी इनिशिएटिव को लेकर एक ओवरऑल गोल क्या है?
डेफिनेटली, क्योंकि हमारा जो पाकिस्तान टेरिटरी में लास्ट सिंदूर ऑपरेशन हुआ था वो भी पाकिस्तान का देश का खिलाफ नहीं था। वो हमारा जो इंडिया का जो टेररिज्म स्पॉन्सर कर रहा था उसका कैंप, जो ट्रेनिंग कैंप है, उस पर स्ट्राइक था। तो ये आगे भी हमारा स्टैंड क्लियर है कि हम लोग टेररिस्ट कतई हम लोग उसका टॉलरेंस नहीं करेंगे। उसका तो हम लोग, हमारा देश उसका ख़त्म करेगा, उसका खिलाफ हमेशा रहे।
सर, भारत ये डेलीगेशन को मलेशिया, कोरिया, जापान, इंडोनेशिया, इन सारी जगहों पे भेज रहा है, साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में भेज रहा है। आपको क्या लगता है कितना ज़रूरी है इनसे कम्युनिकेट करना कि पाकिस्तान की सच्चाई क्या है?
तो हम लोग अभी जाएंगे पहले जापान, साउथ कोरिया, सिंगापुर, इंडोनेशिया, मलेशिया। तो भारत का हमारा एक जो इंटरनेशनल हमारा जो हमारा पॉलिसी है, जो वो तो हमारा हमेशा रहेगा। और इसका अलावा भी अभी जो पाकिस्तान में जो हमारा देश का नौजवान जवान जाके वहाँ स्ट्राइक किया, तो उसका जो बात है वो भी हम लोग रखेंगे। और जो हमारा फॉरेन पॉलिसी है वो तो हमेशा उसका कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है, वो तो हमारा प्रोसेस में रहेगा। इसका अलावा भी हम लोग बाकी जो भी होगा, और हमारा एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्ट्री हमको ब्रीफिंग करेगा तो वो भी हमारा साथ में रहेगा। तो ये सारा चीज़ हम उठाने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे।
सर, पाकिस्तान ने जो मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन फैलाई हुई है उसको काउंटर करने के लिए भी आपको लगता है कि ये एक दौरा और ये इनिशिएटिव बहुत अहम है?
नहीं, ये तो काउंटर ऑब्वियसली होगा, और दुनिया को मालूम है कि पाकिस्तान अभी क्या कर रहा है। और पाकिस्तान का बारे में लोग उसका पास सब कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन है, फिर भी इसका कैंपेन भी जरूरी है। क्योंकि इस बार हमारा ऑपरेशन सिंदूर एक पिन पॉइंटेड ऑपरेशन था, जो पाकिस्तान टेरिटरी में जाके इंडियन आर्मी ने वो एक्शन लिया, जिसका वजह से पाकिस्तानी सरकार और पाकिस्तान का लोग काफ़ी उसका खिलाफ प्रोपेगेंडा कर रहा है, उसका कैंपेन कर रहा है। तो उसको भी हम लोग वहाँ जवाब देंगे।
सर, इस पूरे डिप्लोमेटिक पुश से क्या अपेक्षा है आपकी?
डेफिनेटली हम लोग आशावादी है कि ये जो कैंपेन और हमारा जो एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्ट्री, हमारा प्राइम मिनिस्टर, हमारा देश का जो मैकेनिज्म है, वो तो कैंपेन चल ही रहा है। इसका अलावा भी ये भारत एक नया एक तरीका दुनिया का आगे में रखा है, जो ऑल पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इसमें यूनाइटेड है, ये इशू पे यूनाइटेड है, टेररिज्म का अगेंस्ट में हम लोग यूनाइटेड है। और जो लड़ाई है, तो वो लड़ाई बिना आर्म्स से भी लड़ सकता है। तो ये एक शुरुआत है।
चलिए सर, हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए शुक्रिया। एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम अब्बास भास्वती मुखर्जी, फॉर्मर डिप्लोमैट, विद अस ऑन द शो। मेजर जनरल जी द्विवेदी, ग्लोबल स्ट्रेटेजिक डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट, also joins us on the program. Ambassador Mukherjee, not a very complicated question for you. Your opinion on this diplomatic push, please.
This diplomatic push we have utilized in the past also. For instance, in 1994, when Pakistan tried to embarrass India in the Human Rights Commission. At that time, the government of the day sent the leader of the opposition, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Saab, along with Farooq Abdullah, in fact, and a high-power delegation to Geneva to argue India's case. As a coincidence, I was posted at that. I was working for the UN in Geneva for human rights, and I remember what a powerful impact this all-party delegation had on to sway public opinion in favor of India. I can never forget either the oratory of Vajpayee Saab or of Farooq Abdullah Saab. In this particular case, because of the continuing false narrative which is being put out by the Pakistanis, and the new doctrine of Operation Sindoor, which simply put is that in future India will regard acts of terror like acts of war, that blood and water cannot flow together, etc. These are new doctrines, new red lines that our Prime Minister has drawn up post Operation Sindoor. And to understand why India was obliged to draw up these red lines, and to understand the significance even of the word Operation Sindoor, and also to also indicate that the ceasefire was not mediated by a third party. It was at the request of the Pakistani DGMO to our DGMO, and it was because Pakistan needed the ceasefire. After careful consideration, we agreed. So there was no question of any mediation by a third party, etc. These are all narratives which need to be put in their place. For that reason, if you read out the names of the 7 delegations, you would notice that these are all party delegations, as you said, intended to show national unity. They contain very seasoned diplomats who are specialized in the areas that they are going to. Uh, all of them have representatives of different religions in the groupings. There are the senior Muslim leaders. As far as Akbar is concerned, my colleague from the Foreign Service, Akbar is very seasoned. He was PR New York. He actually currently resides in Hyderabad, where he teaches in Hyderabad University. Similarly, the other choices of these diplomats and the fact that 2 of the delegations are being led by senior women politicians, these all convey a very good sign. You would be, I'm sure, aware, Vineet, that the Pakistanis, in a typical copycat fashion, have announced their delegation, which apparently the Pakistani Prime Minister left to Foreign Minister Bilawal, former Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto to organize. Their their delegation is a standalone delegation, which consists of some politicians and one former foreign secretary. But this is typical copycat diplomacy. It's not going to have the same impact because our teams are going to be spreading out and traveling to different and diverse destinations over a period of 7 to 8 days after being thoroughly briefed by our External Affairs Minister and experts on this matter. I do believe that it will have a extremely good impact, positive impact, to make the international community understand what is this Operation Sindoor, what are the new red lines of India, why was India obliged to do it, why did we suspend the Indus Waters Treaty, etc. At close quarters, all this will be explained, and I am convinced, since I saw for myself in 1994, so many decades ago, its impact. Now in 2025, I'm sure it will have a very positive impact. Beneath.
General Dwivedi, your impression of this diplomatic endeavor. Of course, India has concluded its military endeavor and it has succeeded fabulously in it. Why do you think it's important to tell the world, to show the real face of Pakistan?
Well, Vineet, defense and diplomacy go hand in hand. So therefore, having won the battle on the battlefield, it's very important also to articulate our narrative. And this diplomatic depth initiative, I think, is very timely and also well thought through. Because my own experience when I was in diplomatic assignments, especially in 1999 Kargil or 1998 when India went with nuclear explosions are unfortunately, I don't think we are able to articulate our point of view well. And when it today, we are in the era of information warfare, and it's very important to get your perception and narrative right. And in this, Pakistan always manages to somehow put up a fake narrative and try to fool the world polity at large. So I think this mission of 7 delegations going to different part of the globe is, I think, a very well thought through initiative, and also I think it's a very well thought through strategy. I think in this endeavor, couple of issues will be brought on the table and put across the global polity. First and foremost, we need to nail Pakistan. Whole world knows that Pakistan is a terrorist state, but somehow the perception is not very clearly articulated. The second point is the Kashmir issue itself is not well understood. I have seen during my tenures in various capacities that this narrative needs to be actually put across. Third point is that why we have responded in this manner, because there is a huge shift in our doctrine, there is a huge shift the way we have drawn the red lines. So the message is very clear that here on, the Pakistan is not going to get away lightly with sponsored terrorism as a statecraft or state policy. And more importantly, Vinit, India is giving a message that when it comes to national security, there is a bipartisan approach, and that is very evident from the composition of the delegation that we have, representative from all sections of the society, and also the very, very eminent politicians and diplomats are actually part of this whole process. And the two very important points we need to understand that the current environment requires a whole of nation approach. The armed forces do their job on the front line, the nations stand behind them, and also bring into play all components of national power. So therefore, this diplomatic and political initiative is a very strong message to the world that India stands as one when it comes to national interests. The second point is that here on, India is going to see the whole Pakistani game, and what we have tried to convey in these 4 days of short and very brief campaign is that Pakistan would be deterred. All people in Pakistan who are supporting terrorism will be brought to the book, and more importantly, we are going to defeat the proxy war because it's not going to be the game as usual. And I think this diplomatic political initiative is well thought through, very timely, very well composed, well articulated, and I have no reason that we will be able to put India's point of view globally in a better perspective. Vinit.
Well summed up, sir. Thank you so much. We've run out of time. Ambassador Mukherjee, General Dwivedi, appreciate you joining us. On that note, we are dipping into a short break. More news and updates on the other side.